Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 9 of In the Know with Mr. O. Going to talk about how being interactive with students can create some really positive memories and how teachers need to kind of take a leap of faith. I did when I was a teacher, and I'm trying to support my teachers in doing that just now. So I'm walking in the hallways and I saw a couple of science teachers. My background was mathematics, but I saw some science teachers doing a project that was near and dear to my heart, which was a project called Bungee Barbie. Basically, you get a Barbie, you use some rubber bands. In math, you could use rubber bands and paper clips. And you do an interactive kind of exercise to try to showcase how bungee jumping actually works and how you could keep people alive and safe and tensile strength and slopes and lines of best fit and all those good mathematical terms, but also in a scientific experiential way. Saw kids dropping Barbie from stairwells in the hallways as I was walking by, and it brought me back to my time as an educator in the classroom. And what I noticed about this, kind of experimentation and doing this is, I know teachers are very scared, because I was back in the day, about taking a leap of faith and actually doing the hands-on activity before you teach them the foundational content, right? If you do the foundational content, you feel that students will be able to then do the experiments after. What I learned in my time teaching was that, you'll end up still covering the curriculum, and albeit do it even a little bit faster potentially, if you do the experiments and hands-on activity and projects first. There's always a reticence to do that. And I think in some cases you still have to do the foundational teachings first. But I learned when I was doing the Bungee Barbie exercise, which was tied into my equations align of best fit. Google that if you don't know what an equation align of best fit is. But I learned that doing that allowed the students to have a reference point. There's plenty of studies and peer-reviewed articles out there that say that if students do the engineering task first, if they act out the play first, if they do something that's engaging and exciting and based off that student inventory that I keep talking about all the time, you're going to have a better ability for them to grasp that foundational content after the fact. The student's attention needs to be grabbed. The student's attention needs to be held. And if you can do that and trust that doing a project for 1 or 2 or 3 days, maybe even dare I say 5, an entire week, can then help you create and teach the content in a shorter amount of time thereafter. Maybe you're not teaching foundational content for 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe it's a week of a project and a week of foundational learning, and then you have an extra week, which could then expand upon that project-based learning. I just know that the way people used to learn in the past was via doing things, trying things out, experimenting, and then discovering the foundational concepts after. I think that's the way that education is going to need to go. It will be a burn to get there, hopefully not a slow burn, but I think that working in that, and I think a lot of districts are now getting on with kind of working in groups more, kind of working on different project-based things, ideas, potentially using AI to help that. My plan and my idea is to try to help coach those teachers to try to take that leap of faith within the current system, okay, and be able to try that, to increase that student discourse that I keep talking about, increase that student engagement, because entertainment is not engagement, right? So we need to make sure that students are learning through trying, learning through doing, and then you'll still, I promise you, be able to cover that original content, because I know I was able to, okay? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of In the Know with Mr. O. As always, please feel free to reach out. I'm always available to you all. Click on my information in my YouTube profile, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Take care, everybody. Be well.